Salt and Pepa's here. Salt and Pepa's here. Salt and Pepa's here. All right, so let's go ahead and run this thing down from the rooter to the tutor. Y'all know how I do it. I had some preconceived notions about the movie. I did because, you know, the whole Spinderella thing and how they did spin, I didn't like it, okay? I know she has like a litigation or something like that going because she doesn't feel like she was treated fairly. And I can understand that or whatever, but so I was like, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. But then I was like, how can I not watch it? This is like kind of the soundtrack to my teenage years, y'all. Like this is the soundtrack to my life. Like I love Salt and Pepa. Okay, it's me and my homegirl, me and one of my best girl. I was Peppa because I'm the darker one and she was Salt. Okay, we used to do the whole, push it real good. Oh, push it. Ow, ow. And hey, I wanna shoot, baby. Okay, they had some great lyrics. They had some great tunes or whatever. And so we just gonna go ahead and get into this, okay? Sandy and Cheryl met in college. Cheryl, who was Salt, she was in a relationship with Herbie Lovebug. He wanted to get into the music industry. He's doing productions and all this stuff. So he has this bright idea to start a female rap group. Cheryl has never rapped before, has no desire to rap, but she catches on pretty quickly. Same thing with Peppa, has no desire. She has some struggles, honey, with it. I'll show y'all and tell y'all about that as we go on. But yeah, they had like this whole little family vibe going on with them. They all worked in this call center. You had Kid and Play, Martin Lawrence, Herbie Lovebug, and Salt and Pepa all working for this call center at Sears. So that was a little cute how they put that in there.
Sandy Denton, meet Martin Lawrence. Martin, meet Sandy. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Sears, girl. Pleasure's all mine.
Girl, you think he gonna be the next Richard Pryor?
Hold up. Who is chocolate with the dimples and the Thriller jacket?
He's off limits. That's my love bug, Herbie.
Okay.
He said he's gonna be a music producer.
That's smart. Keep them close. Work together, stay together, play together. That's smart.
It's not even like that. I've just always been to myself.
Oh, well, I ain't to myself. I know.
Okay, so this is their first time in the studio. Peppa is having issues. She can't get on the beat, all this other stuff. And Herbie is an egomaniac, okay? He's crazy. And he really don't like Peppa, for real. And he just really bothered her and was extremely hard on her throughout this film. They had some very intense moments.
Yo, busted, Sandy. What's up? Have you ever been to gyms where people come in and they don't even dance?
Oh. What the hell was that, Sandra? You were way off beat. Something wrong with your headphones or something?
No, they good. I can hear it.
You Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
That rhythm should flow through you.
What I heard, I sounded like I was on the beat.
No, you wasn't. It sounds whack. I wrote it a certain way with a certain cadence so you can ride that beat. I need you to say it exactly the way I wrote it. Can you do that?
All right.
Let's run it again.
So this is kind of interesting how they came up with their names on their way to their first real performance at a high school. This is where they were performing at. And this is how they came up with the names. Well, they didn't come up with it. Herbie did.
So what you call yourselves anyway? Salt and Pepa. Salt and Pepa? Yeah, that's what they keep requesting on the radio because of that line on the song. Good salt, good pepper.
And they was just kind of like, okay, whatever, Salt and Peppa. Like, they really had no say in the beginning of their careers. For starters, Herbie Lovebug was a slime ball, okay? Ain't no two ways about it. He was a slime ball. Oh, and let me just go in and tell you, I had to break out my bamboo earrings for this baby. Ain't no other way to do it but to do it. Ain't no other way to it but to do it. Period. I had to break out my bamboo earrings, okay? You know, salt and pepper style. But anyway, Herbie was a slime ball. And Salt, she dealt with a lot of stuff that she should not have dealt with. You know, women, girls, we go through this stuff when we don't know no better, when we don't know our worth. And I'm glad that she showed this because I feel like it's a great opportunity for young women and girls to see how people will use you, okay? They will suck you dry, honey. And he was a trifling, nasty slime. He was slimy, okay? I don't care what nobody say. He was slimy or whatever. So she was a lot nicer to him than I would have been, okay? But I'm glad she got her ducks in a row and went on and left him alone, okay?
What I'm saying. I mean, I'm doing all the writing and the producing. You're doing most of the rapping. She's just there to complete the picture.
I can't believe you're saying this. Sandy's my girl. I always figure we split it 3 ways.
What are you saying, Chad? Why would we do that? It was my vision that got us here. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating most of the record. I'm doing all of the work. Why wouldn't I get a bigger share?
I mean, yeah, I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, and since you're doing most of the rapping, why should she get paid as much as you do? Chad, baby. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. And I know this is your girl and all. If you want to split it down the middle with her, that's on you.
See what I'm saying? A slime ball. He was trying to cut Peppa out. You know what I'm saying? He was skimming too much money anyway. And I'm glad that Salt, you know, stood by and she split her cut with Peppa. That's how he made it. That's how he made them do it. I mean, wow. So anyway, moving right along, their careers are moving along. They were signing deals and things, and they had this great opportunity to perform at a top show in New York called The Fever. And there was this guy who wanted to be their manager, but Herbie was like, no, because he was trying to scam. And so what he did was he took a picture of them and he went and got a fake Salt and Pepper and he went and put on the show at The Fever and he got paid their money. So Herbie went on stage and was like, no, you know, they fake whatever. So the guy was a pimp. So him and, you know, his friends, whatever, they came at him and they beat the living they beat the bricks off of Herbie and they knocked Salt out too, y'all. It was just a lot going on and a lot that they had to deal with. Let's talk about these wigs for a minute. Of all the celebrity hairstylists, people who can hook up wigs and hair, whatever, y'all couldn't make these wigs Lifetime hair people wardrobe production, whatever. Y'all couldn't make these wigs look better than that. Salt and Peppa hair was always laid, okay? It was always laid. Y'all trash for this.
It's all right. I'll do it.
So finally, the wardrobe people got something right. They nailed these looks for Push It. The hair, the jewelry, the outfits, the red leather boots, the jackets. It was all of, They nailed this part right here, okay? They did. All right, so I'm going to stop right here, and I feel like I need to talk about Spin for a minute, since they didn't. Oh, my gosh, they did Spin wrong. In my opinion, they did. They left her out, okay? So there was an instance where they had a female DJ. She didn't work out, and then Spin came in. Spin came in at 16 years old, and that was pretty. She had the person in the biopic had about 3 lines for real throughout the whole thing. It's awful the way they did that. All right, so Spin says that she was wrongfully excluded from the Salt and Pepa biopic. She issued a statement, and she said she made a Twitter thing, and she said, "Sorry, but I gotta speak on this Lifetime special. Too often, Black women who have made meaningful contributions in their industry are left out of historical narratives. Back when Salt and Pepa was building our legacy, which is rooted in empowering women, I could not have dreamed that this same group would one day disempower me. Okay? Let's unpack that for a moment. She said that she offers congratulations to the actors that portrayed everybody, but the movie she does not support. There is nothing more unacceptable than a woman being silenced by another woman. She said that she will be telling her own story in due time. She says, the great news is that I'm in the final stages of writing my memoir, a personal journey of navigating through life, relationships, and the industry that raised me. 30 plus years is a lot of content, and I'm ready to share. Bloop. Okay, come on with it, Spin. I'll support you. They wrong for that. I don't care. I wasn't there. I don't know all the ins and outs, but they wrong for that. That's why they had to settle out of court for an undisclosed amount or whatever. That litigation thing that I thought they were still litigating, it went through, baby, please. Not to take anything away from anything. It doesn't discount them at all, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And that lady who was in that group for 30 years, she should have been depicted in this biopic, period. All right, calm down, D. All right, let me get off my soapbox. Back to the commentary. So at this point, they've been in the industry for a few years now. They have grown success. They're starting to be controversial. They're starting to do empowering women things. And they were all about sexy this, sexy that, but now they're mothers. So they're starting to change their views. They're evolving. They had a couple children, things like that between them. So yeah, that's this new era here. Okay, so at this point, it's been a couple more years. Pepa's baby is about 2 years old, and Salt is pregnant. She left her because he cheated on her for the 1,000th time, and she just got sick of it. He had another baby, and she was like, I'm done. So anyway, she moved on. She got a new man, and she is pregnant. And this is actually Pepa's first introduction to Tretch, when she first meets Tretch. So, you know what happened there. They got married and all that. So I learned some things. About some things. So I didn't know Pepa was a victim of domestic violence. I do appreciate how they are showing this. People need to see this. A lot of us women have been victims of domestic violence, and it's like, the most trivial thing you think is something so small can make your significant other go off, and people be dealing with all kinds of things that we have no clue of. So kudos to her for being brave enough to share her truth. I think young girls particularly need to see this. Oh, really, Trash? They really are at the pinnacle, the height of their career. They're traveling all over the world, and they have become a great, great success. So we are just experiencing some of that and watching these ladies grow and flourish and evolve and get older and have children and all of that. It's their life story, so yeah.
Can I get a scoop? Baby, take a ride in my coupe.
You make me wanna shoot.
I'm having my little nostalgia moments. Don't mind me, y'all. Don't mind me. I'm feeling it now.
So I am really liking the sisterhood aspect of it, how they're incorporating that. I'm really loving how they're showing the closeness that they had. It's, that's just how we do. We bond, as black women and things like that. But Spin, y'all, Spin. I feel like she was left out in so many ways. And I was talking to my cousin about it, and she was like, well, the DJ always took a big seat, was always a big burner, never mentioned. And I understand, but she had a contribution in this group, and I just feel like her story should have been explored a little bit more. just as well as these two ladies. I mean, I don't know all the legalities to it because I know they've had some issues, but I'm just saying, y'all, I appreciate the sisterhood, but don't leave the one sister out. You know what I mean?
Order of large fries, a double cheeseburger. I'll take a large chocolate milkshake, please.
So this is about the second or third time we've seen her carrying on like this with the food. Are they telling us that Salt had an eating disorder? She's throwing up. You see what I'm saying? This happened before in an earlier scene. So they had a studio session, and Pepa started doing stuff like not showing up. She partying, she hanging out. Also at this point, they have split from Herbie. They have taken back their independence as far as their careers are concerned, and they have more creative control. They have more control over the money aspect and all of that. So this is the point that we're at right now. Baby, do you know what it's like to work with somebody that you cannot stand? This is the point that we're at right now, that they're at right now. They done started beefing all kinds of stuff, and Salt, she just over it, okay? This is the beginning of the end for them. So the breakdown occurs, and Salt, she calls Pepa and she says, we need to talk. And I got to get this out. Apparently, she had been trying to talk to her and trying to tell her, but basically, she's not happy. She's in pain. She don't know who she is anymore. And she don't want to do this no more. And Pepa's like, what? What do you mean? I got kids. I got bills. You know, they having a conversation like that. And, you know, she was like, I just can't do it no more, you know. And Salt was like, you know, I'm going to give my life to Christ and different things like that. And Pepa was like, go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave. You left. What she say? Just like Tretch. Tretch left. Now you leaving. My father left. You know, so it was like abandonment issues type thing. It was deep. It was deep. So this is the breakdown. And they pretty much broke up. And they didn't talk or tour or do anything for 4 years. And I guess it just really took a toll on Pep. And at one point, you know, she was contemplating suicide. I mean, the way they depicted it here was that she was at that point where she was about to do it, and her daughter like walked in or called her name or whatever. So, you know, it stopped her. But yeah, she was at a really, really low place. I believe that that's what they were trying to say. I mean, they have a tendency to depict things in movies, but skate around it too. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they should have did this like a mini series, you know, rather than a 3-hour movie. Maybe they should have did it like a 3-parter. You know what I'm saying? Just give them a little bit more. So they split up, and they didn't talk, and they didn't tour, and they didn't do anything. I mean, Pepa tried to do some stuff like go book club dates and things on her own, but nobody will book her without Salt. So she was having a rough time. And then VH1 wanted to honor them, and they finally came back together, and they performed, and this is what it was. This is them coming together after 4 years of not talking or seeing each other. And let's go ahead and pan into the feed of it, the real VH1 joint right here.
Let's throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Indicate the vibe for Salt and Pepa and Spin. Let me hear you say, oh yeah.
Salt, Pepa, and Spin. Y'all heard that? So this is basically it. At the start of the film, it opened up with them not talking or anything like that in 4 years, and they were being honored by VH1. They were getting that VH1 Honors. Remember that show? Yeah, that was the clip that I just showed you there. So we capping it off at the end. This is them at the VH1, and that's how the movie ends. We're basically at the end of the movie, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Nobody can stop us but us.
And you still make me crazy.
Can you handle this crazy?
Aww. Baby. That's them, y'all. Sandy and Cheryl.
That's right.
35 years, baby. So let's go ahead and close it out. In closing, Salt and Peppa, they are legends. Period. They are legends. It's no two ways about it. You know, I'm not Lifetime and biopics. We really don't mesh well. They've ruined a plethora of biopics or whatever. But this was kind of like a good. They did okay. They did okay. Now let me go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Or is it an elephant in the room? Salt and Peppa, y'all should not be the only ones walking down this hallway at the end of this movie, okay? Whatever differences that y'all had, y'all should have been able to put that shit to the side for y'all fans. Y'all should have been able to put that to the side for y'all fans and for women in general. Spinderella should not have been excluded from this biopic, even if y'all had differences or whatever that y'all settled in court and whatnot. Her story still should have been told. It was not just y'all. She toured with y'all, all that stuff. I know she brought a contribution to this group. 30 years? To me, it was just wrong. I mean, being who y'all are, the things that y'all stood for as far as women and everything is concerned. And, you know, at first I was like, you know, shout out to Queen Latifah and what's his name? Shakim Kapir and all these people that put this together because this is for the culture. But how could y'all stand behind something like this? Like, and not include her? I mean, yeah, she was mentioned, okay? But for real, the person who portrayed Spin had like 3 lines, y'all. 3 lines in the whole movie. I just would not be able to sleep well. I just wouldn't. Because it's like, you know, no matter how much of a monster that Ike was to Tina Turner or whatever, I'm just using that as an example. She couldn't tell her story without including him. You understand what I'm saying? Things go, it's a part of history. It's a part of history. So, although I did enjoy the movie, and I do still give them kudos and all of that, you know, their longevity and everything and how all the trials they went through and stuff like that. I get that. I acknowledge that. But that part right there, that just does not sit well with me. You know, it kind of ruined it for me, you know. I had moments where I was like getting hyped up through the movie, like, okay, yeah, that's my song, boo da boo da boo. You know what I'm saying? Whoop da whoop. And then I read, you know, I just feel for her. I just feel for her. So I'll be very interested in hearing her story, which she did say that she is going to put out. You know, and I feel like we should all support that for the culture. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You know, I done said my little piece. I done ranted my little rant. And check the movie out. Check the movie out. Let me know what y'all think or whatever, how y'all feel about it. Like, you know, we talking about women. It's just, wow. You know, it takes away so much of who they were, you know, as who you thought they were. These strong females, you know, fighting for the right things and stuff like that. It just, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I just know that ain't right. That's what I know. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, baby. Peace and love from your girl D, and I'll see you in the next video.